Welcome back, family, to the one and the only, the Shattered Illusions. Shattered Illusions podcast. We are back, baby.
Will I take him to the breakers?
Hey, I'm so excited for this episode. I'm going to give y'all some quick game real quick. But first of all, like the video before you do anything. Comment down below and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. But guys, I want to tell you something. The past month or so, I've been working in one of the most premier clubs in DC. As kind of a security person, bouncer, whatever you want to call it, it's been an experience. I've noticed so many things that I could think about when it comes to women and men dynamics, just social dynamics, period, that I've noticed while I've been working there. And as I worked the last few weekends, I kind of said, you know what? I'm going to do a video on this stuff because I think it needs to be talked about, especially for my guys out there. So here's everything that I've noticed being a bouncer at a premier club in Washington, D.C. I want to let you guys know something. When you work security, you're kind of like the eye in the sky. You can see a little bit of everything. Your head's constantly on a swivel because you have to make sure nothing's really going on. It's going to affect the other patrons or the owner from having a good time that night. You're there to strictly do a job. So you have to make sure that your ducks are always in a row. But with that being said, you kind of see little nuances too. A lot of things that the average person won't see, you're going to see because you're constantly walking through the club, or sometimes you're staying there stationary. You'll see people come in and out of the club and out of your section for a lot of time, and they won't even, people won't even notice that, but you know it's because you're security. But when you are security, you have a very special view on people in general. You see all the good traits, the bad traits. You see how attraction can come into play. You see how women reject guys buying girls drinks all the time. A little bit of everything that's in there, you can see it. So lesson number one, the first thing that I realized is that it is so easy to stand out as a man. Guys, I tell you guys all the time, get in shape, because when you are in shape, there is nothing like it. It's the closest thing to being a celebrity that I can even fathom. My very first night there, I walk in, and guys, I'm not a person that goes out very much. If I'm not at the gym, going to the movies, working on the business, doing my mentorship, or at work, I don't really go out. I go out probably 3 or 4 times a year. And part of the reason I took the position is because one, my man he has a security company, so we needed it. And the second thing was that I needed to kind of be out a little bit more, just kind of see what I've been missing the past couple months. So club has really never been my life. But when you walk in there and you are one of the guys that are in shape and you're in better shape than everybody in there, it's a certain level of confidence and a certain level of respect you get automatically. Dudes are going to start dapping you up. Women are going to try to touch you, ask to feel your arms, all these things, man. I witnessed girls that were in there that were literally just staring me down, just like, and it's the weirdest thing. And the problem that I have with a lot of people, you guys don't understand how rare it is to actually be in the shape, right? Let's say you go to a gym. In that case, when you're in the gym, that's a very small microcosm of the people that live in that area. And let's keep it a buck. The majority of people that are in the gym really aren't even in good shape. So the fact that you're in the gym, you're already 1-on-1, let alone being in shape inside the gym, that makes you 1-on-1 as well. But if you kind of get caught up in that life of constantly going to the gym, constantly being around other people that are in shape, you start to think that like everyone's like that. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. Guys, leave your little microcosm of self-improvement, your microcosm of being in the gym, and really go out and see how many people are actually in shape. Go to your airports, your Walmarts, your Targets. You'll walk around, you'll see almost nobody in shape. So when you come into the gym or you come into the club in this instance, and you guns hugging the sleeves, your pecs poking out your shirt, people take notice of that. It's a sign of discipline, delayed gratification, sign that you one of them ones. And everybody respects that. Dudes will respect it, and so will women. It's a celebrity experience you won't ever get anywhere else. But I promise, guys, getting in shape will be the closest thing that you ever will come to being a celebrity. When I first walked in there that night, I didn't really know anybody. Now, as for me, I'm more a person. I gotta stay to myself. I gotta watch the scene a little bit before I start really thinking about what I'm going to do. But everybody in there is like really cool. They're really friendly, good people. But some of the girls, man, just like, who is this? I literally had girls come up to me and ask me, "Hey, can I touch your arm?" I know it sounds like cat, man, but I'm telling you, girls literally ask me that. They come up and say, "Oh, you're cute. Oh, you're attractive." One girl even came up to me and said, "I need you to get away from me because if you don't, you're going home with me tonight." It literally was that aggressive. And of course, there was alcohol involved, and most girls know me on that direct. But women are going to recognize when you are one of them ones. And it's the best feeling that you'll ever have. Now, the second thing that I've noticed, as we all know, it's not a big revelation or anything, but women are entitled. And they're mostly entitled because of the behavior that you guys display towards them. Being security, you'll sit up there. You're normally kind of in a little bit of a higher status. When I'm saying higher, I'm saying literally like you're literally on a platform or something a lot of times. So you pretty much can see down what's going on around you. And I can't tell you how many dudes I will walk up to a girl. The girl shows them little to no interest. They might have a conversation back and forth, but you can read the body language, see the girl's not interested. All of a sudden, you'll see the guy motion towards the bar, and the girl, she'll kind of perk up a little bit and be a little bit more cooperative. And all of a sudden, she's laughing, she's giggling, they're having a good time. I watch them. They walk to the bar. He buys her a drink. She gets the drink. She'll talk for a second, and then she'll go on. Right? And when you're an average consumer, when you're an average customer, you might or you might not see that girl again throughout the night. When you're in security, though, people always inevitably come back to your section, especially if they're staying in the club for the whole night. So this guy might have got a number or Instagram and thinking, "Oh, he's good. I'm good. I'm gonna see you again eventually." But I'll see that girl take that same exact drink, go over to another dude, and be dancing with him, talking to him. And it's so funny because I don't say anything, but I see it. And on top of the other dude she's talking to in the club, she'll have her phone texting somebody else. I see it all, right? And it's kind of a little bit of a wake up call. But you guys complain so much about how women are entitled, how they have bad attitudes, how they're always so flaky when you guys are enabling the behavior. Guys, make women work for your attention. If you don't, you're going to deal with things like this. If you talk to a girl and she doesn't show you any kind of enthusiasm, she acting like you're bothering her by talking to her, she's having a bad attitude, walk away. There's somebody obviously not interested in you. It's not worth your time. And if you don't walk away, you continue to pursue, don't be mad when you get your dumb ass finessed. If I'm honest, most dudes, you bring a girl finessing you on yourself. She can only do what you allow her to do. If you have any kind of backbone, if you have any kind of spine, you literally just sit there and say, "Look, I know who likes me, and if a girl does not like me, I'm not going to talk to her." That'd be the end of it. You'll save so much time, you'll save so much money, and you'll be in a lot better space to find another girl that actually does like you and want to be with you. There are so many girls out there, which brings me kind of to my next point, actually. Being in the club will give you a true abundance mentality. What does that mean? As men, I think most men are so used to getting little to no attention from women. So you have a half decent one, a half cute one finally getting you some attention, and you're finally like, "Oh, this is the one." Right? But guys, if you guys had 4 or 5 different women blowing you up, you wouldn't be so hyper fixated on one. Although I think that a club is probably a thing that most men should avoid, especially going to every single weekend, there should be a time when you actually go out there and see what the club's hitting on. It's going to naturally produce an abundance mentality for you because, fortunately or unfortunately, women are going to congregate to these clubs, especially more of the high end ones, right? So if you're going to work, you're going to the gym, or you're staying in the house all the time, you're not really going to see women that often. You'll see them kind of out and about, maybe walking, going to the metro or the store, stuff like that. But who knows if they'll be attractive or not? You'll see maybe some cute to decent girls, but in most clubs, you'll see really, really attractive women. That's going to help you build that abundance mentality. You can be talking to one girl, interaction is kind of stale. She doesn't really want to talk to you. And then you'll literally look right next to her, and it's like, damn, it's another hot girl right there. You can talk to her. Same thing. She's not interested. Talk to another one, and all of a sudden she's interested. You have to constantly get these things in your mind to understand there are so many women out there. There are more women out there that would sleep with you right now than you could ever sleep with, honestly. All you need is a fraction of a single percentage point of the women on this planet to sleep with you, and you could get it. Do you guys honestly think that there are not 100,000 women that would sleep with you on this planet? 100,000 women out of the 4 billion women that are in the planet, that's not that much. There are more women that find you attractive than you think. You have to go out there and find them and make it happen, though. And the club is going to teach you that abundance mentality. You have to develop it, because if you don't, you'll psych yourself out thinking that, like, there are not enough women to go around. And guys, there are so many women. If you literally just put yourself out there and talk to them more, you'll see what I mean. Which brings me to my next point. Guys, women are not monsters. They're just people just like you and I. They're humans. They have fears. They have desires. They fear death in the middle of the night. They get scared of things. They're humans just like us, right? And I think with this whole social media stuff, especially with the podcast, the red pill stuff, the manosphere, you see so many different of these kind of relationship podcasts popping up. If you don't go out and touch grass, you soon realize that you'll confuse social media for real life, right? And don't get me wrong, a lot of these social media platforms have that platform because some of it's true. But what you understand is that when you actually talk to women, a lot of them aren't really as bad as you think they are. And don't sit here and tell me that you're talking to women every single day, because you're not. There are so many guys online that constantly do what I call, it's like a self-masturbation thing, right? You're all theory with no knowledge. You can quote Rollo Tomasi, you can quote The Rational Male, you can quote Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, all these guys, and those are my dudes. Don't get me wrong, I love those dudes. But when you have no actual practical experience and you're quoting all theories, it's easy to get real life fucked up. That'd be like constantly reading about basketball, but never going out shooting a basket, dribbling the ball, attempting a layup. You have to actually go ahead and combine theory with practicality, because what you understand, theory is cool, but when you're actually in the field, it's inevitably going to be something that you've never seen before. A girl will say something that you haven't seen before. A girl will do something you haven't seen. You have to combine theory and practicality to actually get good with women. But being in the club, you'll notice that most of the girls, they're nice people. You know, you have good conversation with them. They'll laugh with you. They'll talk to you. It's really not that big of a deal. Just put yourself out there, talk to more women, and you'll see it's not that bad, guys. I think that most people psych themselves out, especially men. You see an attractive girl, you'll make 1,000 excuses. Oh, she doesn't want to be bothered. She probably has a boyfriend. I don't have my hair cut, so I can't talk to her. Whatever you guys tell yourself, you have to get used to when you see a woman that you like, you have to go 3, 2, 1, go. Shut off the fear, because fear can only exist between where opportunity presents itself and you taking action. That's where the fear kind of exists, in that pocket right there. So if you eliminate the point of you taking action to the opportunity presenting itself, there's not going to be any fear there. I don't care what you say. Walk up to a girl and just say something. And you'll notice that most of the time they'll either say, they'll laugh, they'll be good vibes, and if they don't, just walk away from her. Just walk away. I've had so many girls like it was funny because this one girl, I was sitting there, she had I was like kind of like securing a section. Her and her friends like a bachelor party, bridal party, something like that, right? And the girl, she comes up to me, she taps me, she's like, "Hey, where are your red vines?" I said, "What the fuck did you say?" She said, "Your red vine." You said red vines. She said red vines. I'm like, say it to me again, sweetheart. What are you saying? Red vines? Whole time she was saying napkins. Right? So we both sat there and we were laughing. I called her mom. I'm like, Mushroth, I couldn't understand you. Then I went and got some napkins. Then we had a good little interaction. It was a cool little vibe. Just like little stuff like that. Girls would come up to me, talk to them about, they talk to me about their relationships, their friends, them being in town for the night. I've had some really good interactions. And you'll notice if you just stop watching these podcasts all the time, you'll notice that people are actually, women especially, they're actually very friendly people. They can be, right? So stop psyching yourself out. Go and talk to women. And when you do that, that's going to bring me to my next point. Guys, please stop psyching yourself out and talking yourself out of talking to a girl, because I promise you, she's fucked somebody uglier than you. Rollo Tomasi has a great quote. Rollo Tomasi says, "Let a woman figure out why she won't fuck you. Never do it for her." You're disqualifying yourself long before you're in the game, because I'm telling you guys, I have seen dudes that you would think are conventionally attractive pretty much check every single box that girls say they want. And guys, it's not necessarily a pause thing here or no homo thing, but like you can see when the dude's generally attractive, good facial features, good looking dude, pretty good height. He has a good little, like a good frame on him. So you can see like, okay, it's a good looking dude, right? So I'll see the dude go up to a girl. He might be a little bit timid. He might be a little bit unsure of himself. And the girl be like, okay. And just kind of walk away, right? I've seen dudes get blown out like that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that's a pretty good looking dude, right? And he got blown out. I wonder why that is. And inevitably, 10, 15 minutes later, there'll be a guy that you would honestly be ugly. But he comes behind with a certain amount of swagger, a certain amount of confidence, and the girl's fucking with him. Guys, understand this. Women like us for different things, right? Women can like you because you're smart, because you're articulate, because you have confidence and swagger. None of that look stuff matters as much as you think that it does, right? Looks are important. Do not get me wrong. But you guys hyper fixate on those things when that really is only a part of the equation and not the full thing. And then what happens even more often than not, I'll see a girl in there who's bad. I'm talking about like good looking, somebody that I would approach and attempt to talk to if the opportunity presented itself. Then I see your boyfriend, and it's so funny because we see on these red pill channels and everything, they always say, "Oh, a girl wants a guy that's 6 foot, 6 figure, 6 inches, all that other stuff," right? But reality does not match that. There are so many bad women that I see with average to okay looking dudes. I'm talking about even some dudes, you'd be like, "What the fuck? Why is she with him?" Guys, listen, you are probably a lot more good looking than you think that you are. You see, women have a tendency to overestimate their looks, and guys have a tendency to underestimate their looks, right? So if you're even halfway decent, take some confidence, put yourself up by your bootstraps, and go approach that woman. Because I promise you, she has fucked a guy uglier than you. Don't let any of your excuses get in your way. Go out there and approach that woman. Which brings me to my other point. Guys, talking to women is going to be a numbers game. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how much money that you have. I don't care how good your mouthpiece is. Pause. Understand that even with you being the best of the best in the best of circumstances, you are only going to close about 10% of the women that you talk to. Right? When we're talking about the elite of sales guys, the Grant Cardones, the Jordan Belforts, all these people will admit they don't close the majority of their clients or the prospects. They close a very, very small amount. But of the ones they do close, they either learn a lesson from the ones they don't close. Let me go roll that back. They're only going to close about 10% of their prospects. But of the 10% they close, they always are adding value to those people's lives. Right? So you guys go out, you talk to one girl every 15 days. She tells you no, you're probably ego's hurt for 2 months. And next thing you know, you're on Red Pill Reddit saying about how women are so flaky, how they reject you all the time. Talk to more women, guys. Stop talking to one woman every 2 or 3 months and complain about them 24 times, 24/7. You should be talking to 3 to 4 women a day, minimum. As Dante Neal likes to say, you should be laying the 5 bricks, actually. You talk to 3 or 4 women a day, that is 3 women a day, 7 days in a week, 21 women. 21 women a week, 21 times 4, it's like 84 women a month, right? And the 84 women a month times 12, I don't know what number that is. I'm terrible at math, but you get my point. You mean to tell me you talk to 84 women in one, if you talk to 84 women in 1 month, right? You mean to tell me that you couldn't get one to sleep with you? If you're telling me that, you're either look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or your game's just completely whack and you're being creepy. But even then, I would say if you're an ugly guy or don't look good, 84 women, you'll fall into some pussy at some point. I don't care what people say. So talk to more women, and being in the club would show you that if a girl blows you out terribly, there's hundreds of other ones around there. Keep talking, keep approaching, approach more, guys. You have to approach more. Don't talk to one girl and then be like, oh, this does not work. You have to keep going. Toughen your leather. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal. But remember, he always says that treat rejection like one of those kind of Muay Thai boxers, right? You see them, they're the ones that like kind of they'll kick a tree stump over and over again. And at first, their legs kind of bleed. They get a bunch of cuts and scars. But eventually, after they keep kicking that tree stump, the skin starts to toughen. You have to treat rejection with women just like that. You have to walk up to a girl, have a look at you like, who the hell is this? What the fuck do you want? Say a bunch of crazy things to you and be like, damn, that was a little bit rough. And then go back out there and do it again. The more you expose yourself to rejection, the more it will start to lose its sting. So go in the club for that reason. Go talk to a girl, have her say, fuck you, get the fuck out of my face, and then go talk to another one. And you'll notice when you talk to another one, the rejection, if it doesn't get softer, it will actually improve because you're like, I don't care anymore. I mean, a girl already told me, get the fuck out of my face. Like, what else can she say? And most women are not going to be like that. You'll see there's always outliers and stuff, but most women are actually going to be really, really nice to you and are pretty nice about the rejection. So last thing that I've learned, women have no game whatsoever, right? Women don't understand how difficult it is to actually talk to somebody that you don't know and make them attracted to you, right? That's not a woman's life. Patrice O'Neal always says that again. That's not a woman's existence. A woman does not know how to walk up to a guy, say, hey, I find you attractive. You're good looking. Can I take you out sometime? He always says women aren't charming because they never had to be charming. Right, guys, we talk ourselves into sex all the time. There have been plenty of girls that did not find me attractive initially, that I taught them into finding me attractive and to eventually having sex with me or being my girlfriend or what have you. There is no woman alive who's ever talked a man into having sex with them. I've talked my way into women having sex with me all the time, right? So I've noticed that when I'm bouncing or being security, a girl will obviously find me attractive, as opposed to her coming up saying, "Hey, my name is Sasha. Hey, my name is Malia," whatever the case is. They'll come up, just stare. And I'm like, what is this, right? I had one girl in particular. We're standing in like the doorway of the bathroom, right? And it's a big neon sign right here. It says bathroom. And the chick comes up and says, "Hey, do you know where the bathroom is?" I'm like, "Right here." And I said, "Shorty, I cut through the bullshit. I said, Shorty, if you wanted to talk to me, you don't gotta do all that. You can say what's up." And she started laughing. So I told her what she went to school at, telling me about her life and everything. And granted, she's a little bit drunk, so maybe she didn't see the bathroom sign. But I'm not going. I don't buy that, right? But that proves my point again. When you are the guy, the initiation of sex and anything like that is going to always be on you, because women don't know how to initiate that kind of stuff. A woman never had to be anything other than a woman to get sex from a guy, ever. As a man, you're very rarely going to have a girl that's going to find you that sexually attractive, just want to have sex with you automatically. You have to make her attractive, make her feel comfortable, do a bunch of things to lead the interaction forward. And if you don't, it won't happen. It's not really to down women or talk bad about them. It's just to understand that it's not their place to really have game. But I'm enjoying my bouncing time, my security time doing at this club and everything. It really has been an eye opener to kind of understand and reinforce more of the concepts that I understand about men and women's nature. Guys, take it from this video. Get in shape. Stop being afraid of rejection. Keep putting yourself out there and develop an abundance mentality. This will carry you so far in getting the woman and the life that you deserve. Women aren't these big, scary monsters. Go out and talk to them. Try to aim for about 4 or 5 women a day. And if you can't do that, just try 1 or 2. And I guarantee you, if you're consistent with doing 1 or 2 women a day, eventually you'll have a girlfriend. You'll have a wife, whatever you want to have. Just push through these uncomfortable moments and you'll be a better person. I'd be like all my time till the next time. This is the Shadow Illusions podcast. Kill the fantasy, build the dream. I am TK McKenna. Your boy's out of here.
Will I take him to the breakers? Yeah.